I'm about to rip these fuckers a new asshole. Hold on. I swear to God, can we just have 1 week without anybody hating on Batman v Superman? You know, what are the odds, right? Like, Batman v Superman finally gets a good trailer that everybody can agree on, right? Like, what are the shocker? And then there's rumors saying that WB is scared. They're scared of the majority of the audience out there are gonna hate Batman v Superman because of rumors saying that some people saw it and they didn't like it. The only positive thing is Ben Affleck as Batman and Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Hit fix, you've done and fucked it up. Now, if you guys want to see the video, I'll leave it in the description box, but I honestly recommend you don't because it's gonna piss you off. Because it just sounds like somebody just hating on the movie for no reason, just because they don't want the movie to exceed and they heard rumors, blah blah blah. You know what? I heard a rumor. Rumor has it Scarlett Johansson's gonna come in here and make out with me. Ain't gonna happen. So basically, they have a guy named Drew McWeeny. That's his name, Drew McWeeny. Drew McWeeny. Drew McWeeny is confirming that from what he's heard, that WB is scared because of some people saying that they saw Batman v Superman and they didn't like it, which means WB is scared of the majority of the people gonna go watch it, thinking that the movie's a big flop already. Okay, let's just say if this is confirm, right? If it's true, whatever. So what? They have a right to be scared. You know how much money they invested? Do you think Marvel wasn't scared for Avengers, the first one? That movie could have flopped and they could have wasted so much money for like, they're like, oh shit, nobody liked it, nobody liked it. What we're gonna do? We already have a phase 2, we already bought the actors, we lost so much money. Of course a company is gonna be scared if it's true. That goes for anything in life. You invest in something and something doesn't plan out, you're gonna be scared because you're like, fuck. You know how many times I invested it in like a laptop thinking that I could run games on it and then end up just screwing myself over because I spend so much time of investing in a laptop, which I should have invested in a gaming PC. Myself and other people in the world, I would assume, is scared. If you invest in something, you're gonna be scared of it. But he did say one positive thing, that Ben Affleck's Batman and Jesse Eisenberg was the only good thing about the movie. Now, this goes back way back. I heard it way back. This goes back to where they were just saying that, oh, like Jesse Eisenberg is gonna kill it. I'm actually a person that's not really excited for Jesse Eisenberg. He's not my first casting choice. You guys know me. I thought it was a kind of like a questionable thing. I kind of like said, huh? I was just like, are you sure he's not the Riddler, Jimmy Olsen? No, he's Lex Luthor. I'm like, oh shit, well, fuck, okay, well, let's just see how that plans out. You don't see me making a video like, oh, fucking Affleck is Batman, ah. Then we skip from a year from now, oh my god, he's the best Batman. Hypocrite. Usually when you state stuff like this, you gotta stick behind it. You gotta stick behind it. If I said I didn't like Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman and I go see Batman v Superman and I'm like, oh, she's alright. No, she was fucking amazing. I'll be like, you know what? I was wrong, she was fucking amazing, but most of the people that do that kind of shit, they just don't. They just stick being an asshole and hating the movie. Regardless, guys, regardless, people are gonna hate Batman v Superman. The movie can be a blockbuster hit. It can like go past like Avatar and all that. People will still hate it for multiple reasons. Just because they know they were in the wrong saying that Batman v Superman was gonna be shit, but then actually being good. This is basically their reaction. Everybody flips out. The movie's great. I guess it was alright. It's not better than Avengers. Well, of course, they bring back to the Avengers thing. Okay, look, I'm not gonna hear say names. Alright, I already said hit fix. You wanna go check out the video, go watch it. It's basically about, it's just one guy. But if you can check out the look at this stuff. People are saying that they just asked this guy a question and he just blocks them and calls them names. Like, what the hell? Like, this person just asked you a question about the thing and you got mad and blocked them. Like, what the hell kind of shit is that? See, I'm guilty of blocking people. I only block people are being ignorant to me. They're being aggressive. I'm like, look, honestly, like if I say something, it's on me, all right? But this guy seems that he said something, probably something stupid, which he did. And now everybody's attacking him because like he didn't like Batman v Superman or what he heard. If you're gonna cover something such as like a rumor like this, you better expect to get some backlash. Rather it's some new deodorant that you know for a fact that it's gonna keep you fresh for 48 hours and then people buy it and they don't. They're like, hey, you said, well, he's like, oh, it was just a rumor. You better expect to have people on the front of your desk the next morning at work and be like, you fucking lied to everybody, now you're making us look bad. But let me go to something that everybody says, and this is from other YouTubers, all right, and other companies. They're not doing it like Marvel. I would have liked it if they did separate movies together and not just cram it all in Batman v Superman. Shit, dude. You know what? You saw Batman v Superman? What happened? Oh, you're just guessing. Oh, you're just thinking just because Wonder Woman's in it. What other Justice League members have you seen in the trailer? Oh, but you heard they're in it. Yeah, it's called cameos, reference, things that movie do all the time. I think they're allowed to do that, right? And oh, and don't get me started when they say they don't have a Kevin Feige. You fuckers. Speaking like a typical DC fanboy, you know what? I don't care because I'm just tired of the hate train. Literally, do you see me like hating Marvel movies all the time? No, I don't give a shit about Marvel movies. It's something that I like to watch on occasionally. I have favorite Marvel movies: Guardians of the Galaxy, Winter Soldier, first Iron Man, first Avengers. Those are the few that I just like. I could watch anytime and not get bored of. But when they say DC Warner Bros. Don't have a Kevin Feige, let me tell you something about Kevin Feige. WBDC, we don't need a Kevin Feige, all right? You know why? We don't need one man to approve something. You know who we have? We have Snyder, we have Charles Roven, we have Ayer, we got Jenkins, we got Affleck, James Wan, Jeff Johns. DC Warner Bros., we are a team. That's how it's always been. We are a league that we're together. We don't need one person to tell us that's a good idea. No shit, you think I don't know? I'm a producer, director, I know what I'm doing, sir. The funny thing about people always say about Kevin Feige is that he was the one that did everything. No, it was Josh Whedon who did everything. All right, Kevin Feige just said, maybe we should do that. Okay, you ever notice from phase 1 how the movies were pretty balanced, but the best movies were from Josh Whedon, right? From the Avengers, right? It was so good. He could do whatever you want in that movie. In Avengers, he did whatever. Like, of course, Kevin Feige saw what he did. But did you notice what happened in a phase 2, especially for Age of Ultron? What happened is that Kevin Feige kept on harassing and bugging Josh Whedon. And what do you know? The movie flopped. In my opinion, it flopped. I think it flopped. And when I mean by flop, I mean it wasn't better than the first one because it's a trilogy. It's a thing. And you wonder why Josh Whedon left. That's because Kevin Feige was on his do it this way. If you don't do it that way. See, that's the thing about having one guy in charge of everybody else. You have to do it their way. You don't always have to do it their way. Right now, the only thing I can say is that we've seen what Wonder Woman and Suicide Squad and Batman v Superman, they all look different, but they do look like they could exist in this universe. That's what makes it good. With the Marvel movies, you always get that Disney funniness, which is fine. I'm not hating on it. That's people like that. They like the Disney comedy thing, and that's why other YouTubers, I'm not gonna say, who have made hate videos about Batman v Superman, about DC, anything, is because they wanted Marvel's way. Why would DC waste 10 years? Because it would take 10 years for first phase. Okay, I need to relax, but okay, look, this is the thing I don't get, is that people say like Batman v Superman is just cramming up all these characters and that's the way the DC is gonna do it. And people hate it for some reason. Like, why? I think it's smart. They got all the actors already. They've been working on this movie for almost 2.5 years. And the fact that people say, oh, they're rushing this movie. Really? This movie has been postponed for so long that I don't even remember when the last time it was announced. Like it was like released. That was it a couple years ago? I don't even remember. WBDC, they don't have to do it Marvel way. Because if they did, regardless, people would say they're copying them. They don't want to copy. They want to do it their own way. If they pull it out from this Batman v Superman, or like Batman v Superman Suicide Squad, if they pull it out with these movies, they did better than Marvel because it didn't take them 10 years to acknowledge all these characters. Well, Marvel you can relate to because, like, you know, they're not all gods. With DC, they're all gods, and that's why I like them, because it's a fantasy that I could never, like, you know, live in. With Marvel, you kind of like, you can see yourself that could happen. Like, oh, like, you know what, I could be that character, I could be that. With DC, you can't. It's impossible. You have godlike characters like the Flash, Wonder Woman, Superman. You got a cybernetic guy. You got a Martian Manhunter. You have a King of Atlantis. You have these gods. I'm gonna quote something that Jason Emmons said. You know, you guys know him. He's on DC Axis. He basically said, like, with Marvel movies, you have to establish each character to understand them. With DC movies, such as, like, you know, seeing Aquaman next to Batman and Wonder Woman, and we see like a badass clip of him in Batman v Superman, most likely people are gonna be like, damn, that Aquaman was badass. I want to see a movie in him. Now I'm going to use Thor as a reference. Now, they didn't introduce him in any other movies. They teased them with the hammer and I think it was Iron Man or something like that, but whatever. I think it was Hulk. I don't remember. But basically, you got the first movie with Thor, and not that many people liked it because they didn't know anything about him. But when you have a character that shows up in Batman v Superman, such as Aquaman, and you see he does some badass shit, more likely people are gonna be interested. That gets them interested to be like, yo, I want to see a movie of him. Oh, for real? Well, his movie comes out in 2 years, but he's actually gonna appear in the Justice League first movie. Dope. Is he gonna do that same shit with the sharks? Hell yeah. Now you got a new fan hooked onto a character because he had one epic ass scene in Batman v Superman. Yes, I know we haven't seen the movie, so I can't say if he does have a badass scene, but more likely, trust me, Jeff Johns was on this, Zack Snyder, they love Aquaman. Aquaman's gonna have a badass scene. Rather it's a Sharknado or either Aquaman's gonna have a swordfish fight with somebody else, it's gonna be badass regardless. Now, I've gone through this rant a little bit longer than I wanted to, but hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. We don't need to do everything like Marvel. And WB, if they are scared, they have a right to be scared because they're spending billions of dollars on this. But I know for a fact that it's gonna be great because they got the writer who won an Oscar for Argo. How are you gonna mess up with that? And then we just recently got to see Ben Affleck as Batman. I'm working on my what was that? I have my notes over there already. It's gonna hopefully be up by Sunday or Monday. We don't need to do like Marvel. We don't. And I say we because I represent DC and I'm getting just fucking sick and tired of it. I'm tired of it. Basically, if you hate DC, it just becomes like a whole hipster thing now. It's just like, oh yeah, I hate DC. Why? Well, they showed Doomsday. Say for instance, what if I told you that Doomsday is not even the big villain? It was actually Darkseid and Grail. You didn't see that coming, did you? Now I just spoiled the movie for you. Now how you feel. More likely I'm gonna get a ton of dislike just because the title of this, they just hit disliking before they're watching it. And you disliked the video from the beginning and not even hearing what I had to say. What does that say about you? You judging a book by its cover. And just how like everybody else does in this movie verse universe where just join the hate of DC. It's a cool thing to do nowadays. My name is JaeRoar and I'm the best at what I do, and that's giving you that 1-2 punch.